Okay, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining Ted Investigates this evening. We're going to be talking about the Delphi case, and then we're also going to have Alex is going to be hopping on, talking about what he's seeing out in Tucson with the Nancy Guthrie case. I've been following for the last, I want to say 14 hours today, the Nancy Guthrie case. I've been online restreaming JLR's podcast. I got food coming up. So I wanted to start this session before we have a lot of special guests coming on. I wanted to do a quick, so we're going to go over Judge Francis Gall. We're going to go over some things about Brad Holder. We have Google Maps. We're going to kind of map out the area from, back from 2012 up until 2017 until present. And then we're going to be going after the probable cause affidavit and who the main suspects are, and just basically a recap. So right now I want to play for us. Let's see if I can get it on. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to share this. It's an opening statement by Judge Francis Gall, who is the corrupt judge in the Delphi case that sentenced Richard Allen to 130 years. Let me just get to it. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, okay. Oh, we got somebody's calling. Hold on 1 second. I think that's my food, but I want to share the screen real quick. 1 second. 1 second, guys. Yep, if you could set them up to 308. Thanks, bye. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Day one, Becky Patty. And we're not going to go through all this. Just right now. Why can't I get this bigger? Hold on a second. Okay, hang on.
TTY.
And what city or town do you live in?
Delphi, Indiana.
Do you live in town or out of town?
No, we live in the country. We live about 7 miles from here.
And have you always lived out in the country?
For the last 32 years.
Okay, so certainly from the time frame of 2017 until now.
Yes.
Okay. And did you graduate from Delphi?
Yes.
So this is your hometown. You know the area very well, don't you?
I've Carroll County forever.
Okay, great. And did you go to school after high school?
I did some college.
Okay, did you do it locally or did you go away from the area?
No, locally.
And what do you do for a living, if anything? Or maybe you're a homemaker, which
This
is
is going to
perfectly
be pretty
fine.
quick. We're not going to go through it all.
I
I'm just
do
waiting
home
for some guests to
appraisals.
come on.
And do you have an office? Do you work for someone else?
I have my own business and my office is at home.
Has it been that way the entire time?
Yes.
And so the office is within your home or adjacent to it. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
I took over part of the garage. We made an office out in the garage.
Okay. So back in 2017, who was living with you at your home?
At that time in 2017, it was my husband and I, Kelsey, Libby, my son Derek, and my other son Cody.
All right. So let's go through those. You said your husband,
My husband, yes,
his name is?
Mike Patty.
All right. And then you said Kelsey. Who's Kelsey?
My granddaughter Kelsey, at that time German.
Okay. And what is her last name now?
Siebert.
So she's married. Is that correct?
Yes,
You said Liberty.
and Liberty. Libby,
Libby. And Libby is one of the victims in this case, correct?
correct?
All right. And she's your granddaughter?
Yes.
But she was living with you at the time in 2017?
Yes, she was living with me.
Okay. You said Derek? Is that right?
Derek German, my son, Libby's dad.
Libby's dead.
Okay. And how do you spell Derek's first name?
Derrick.
And so that's Libby's father?
Yes.
And is it also Kelsey's father?
Yes.
Okay. So Libby and Kelsey are sisters
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and they are how many years apart
3.
in age?
3.
Okay. And then you said your other son, Cody.
Cody,
All right. What is,
Patty.
thank you. And how old is Cody in relationship to Kelsey or Libby?
He's about 12 years older than Kelsey.
Okay. And you said there's 3 years between Kelsey and Libby.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so Kelsey and Libby are your grandchildren, but they were living with you. How long had they lived with you?
About 10 years.
How old was Libby when they started living with you?
3.
And did she and her sister come to live with you at the same time?
Yes.
And did they live with you continuously?
Yes.
And so you and your husband, Mike, were married that entire time.
Yes.
So you and he were in the position of parents then?
Hey, do we want to keep
Correct.
this
The
rolling?
appraisal work that you
for a
do
little
at your home, does somebody work with you or for you at that home office?
At that time, my daughter worked with me. She was there. And then I had an office girl that was there at the time.
Okay, why don't you give us their names? So if someone hears reference to those people, they'll understand how they're related to the home office.
My daughter's Tara German, and the girl that was helping me is Jennifer Johns.
So
I'm
did
gonna
you
check right
operate
now.
this
I'm
home
gonna
office
check
just
while
like you
this
would
is going
operate
on.
your
Hold on.
business if it was in another location as far as having certain office hours, or how did that work for you?
Yes. I try to work from 8 till at least 5. So we had pretty consistent hours.
And so they would show up for work every day just as if
Okay, I found it. I
your
found it. I
office
found it.
was in town, correct?
All right, let's pause
Yes.
this for one
All right.
second.
Is that a
Hold on.
Monday through?
Sorry about this. I'm all over the place because we had a long day. Kathy was a skank. I know that, according to Connie. Shoot. Okay, I found it. Shit, how do you turn this shit off? Hold on. Turn this person off. Hazel, I found it. Hold on. I just can't find how to shut this person off. It's possessed. How do you turn that? I found it, but how do I shut this person up? I literally can't find. Does anybody know how to turn off this person from talking? Hold on. You're, hang on, hang on. Wait, window. Oh, the Delphi trial. How do we okay, hold on. Okay, we're playing this. Okay. Oh, there's this van. There's Ron Logan's van. Oh, here we go. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Okay, okay. This is big. Here's where he didn't give the alibi for. Why can't you see it though? Wait, wait. Okay, let me try to download this. Wait. Wait, here. Okay, wait. Pause it. It's the Bing video. Hold on. Bing. Now I think I got it. Fuck. Let's try this one. Add to stage. Press play. Now, this is the site he gave the false alibi for going to the aquarium store, but he did not give the false alibi to his cousin during the transfer, the dump of the bodies, which I think he burned or threw away clothes. Wow, look at this. This is crazy. This is crazy. Here he is backing up. Here he goes. He's moving the trash. He's like bringing a lot of stuff to make it seem like he's throwing away multiple things. Hey, Shibby. Can everybody see this okay? Yep, that's for sure him. This is why he doesn't need an alibi. Or, I mean, he had a false alibi for the first time ever with a cousin, and now he's doing this.
Hey everyone, this is Sunny Justice with It's a Crime and Shame. So a few moments ago, Fig Solves released a video of the transfer station with Ron Logan and showing Ron Logan. So, of course, giving credit to Fig Solves, who's the one that posted this video. I'm just going to show you a short piece of it, and then you guys can go over to Fig Solves, which I'll link to the description in this video, and you can check it out yourselves. So I want to say I appreciate this video by Fig Solves. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. And again, you guys go check it out, and you guys have a great day. Take care. And again, thanks so much to Fig Solves.
Shoot, where we go again? I'm going to play it one more time. Oh, what the hell? Excuse my French. All right, give me 1 second. Oop. I know I'm on here. Hold on. I don't know why I'm having such tough technical difficulties tonight. Yeah, he's wearing the same exact clothes. He's throwing the stiff so thoughtfully. Looks like he's throwing something. Okay, wait. Let's see what else. Hold on. What is Ron Logan's death? Wait, hold on. Hold on. What the heck am I doing on there? Let's see this one. Oh, 1 second. Got to remove this. I don't see the problem with the Bing. You don't know what Bing it is. Oh, here it is.
It was home to Ronald Logan before he passed away in 2020. And it's also where police found the bodies of Abby and Libby more than 5 years ago. And even though this document is from 2017, it's giving new details that were never released before. Back in March 2017, 13 News was there when FBI searched Logan's property. We also spoke with him multiple times, and he even walked us back to the crime scene.
I can't really wrap my emotions around it yet. It's just so mind-boggling. I haven't really caught up. It hasn't caught up with me yet.
But recently, the podcast Murder Sheet obtained the sealed warrant. In the request, the FBI agent wrote, "I believe there is probable cause to believe that Ronald Logan has committed the crime of murder, and the evidence of that could be found on Ronald Logan's property." The agent then went on to detail why, saying Logan asked a relative to create a fake alibi for him for the afternoon that the girls were reported missing. There was also cell tower data that tracked his phone to the crime scene. Plus, investigators interviewed 2 women who had been in a relationship with Logan, and both reported that he was physically abusive. While investigators continue to track down leads, the community hasn't given up hope. Posters remain in many downtown windows, a constant reminder of this unsolved case.
It just feels like yesterday, to be honest with you. I mean, 5 years is not a long time at all, and it's in our faces every single day. We see the same people we associate with, people that are close to them.
And like so many in Delphi, Omar Ruiz has learned not to jump to conclusions when new details are released.
I can't make speculations and I can't say he did or he didn't. It's one of those things that, once again, we're a community. We try to stick together as much as possible.
The leaked document
True,
also
Bezos,
gave new
very
information
true.
about the crime scene, saying one of the victims was missing an article of clothing. There were no visible signs of a struggle or fight. Investigators also recovered fibers and unidentified hairs, and it also appeared the girls' bodies were moved and staged. No matter how much time passes, the community isn't giving up, knowing someone knows something.
It's going to be solved. You know what I mean? It's going to be solved.
And to be clear, police have not charged Logan with this crime or named him as a suspect in this case.
Just the FBI.
Now let's put this leaked search warrant in context of the entire investigation. It starts when Abby and Libby go missing February 13th, 2017. And just one day later, February 14th of 2017, that's when search and rescue find their bodies. And then February 15th, this image right here, police released this picture from the bridge, an image we've been looking at for quite some time. That leads to the audio on February 22nd of 2017. It's the down the hill audio. So March 17th is when a search warrant was issued for the home of Ronald Logan. Not many contents were discussed of that search warrant, but we knew all of this information right here. That was about it until the first sketch of the suspect was released in July 17th of 2017, which leads to quite some time later on April 22nd of 2019. That's when ISP announced that they were moving in a new direction. Now, one thing that should be noted, that all of this was happening before Ronald Logan passed away in 2020.
State Police Superintendent Doug Carter has cautioned against speculating in the wake of this leaked document. While he wouldn't comment directly on it, he says there are still things investigators know that they will not share with the public. In fact, just last December, police started looking for information about the Anthony Schatz profile, leading them to Keegan Klein. He's currently in jail tonight on charges for crimes against children, but is not charged in this Delphi case. As always, if you have any information that can help investigators, send them an email to this address. We've got it posted on your screen and also on WTHR.com/Delphi.
This morning, the attorneys for the man charged in the Delphi murders case say they're not getting the evidence that they need from the state.
Okay, I'm just going to let everybody know. I'm going to let this run, and then I'm going to give you an update on the Evansdale case and my findings, but I'm going to let this run for just a little bit, because we have Alex, we have a few other people coming on. Okay, Bezo, I'll look for the Daniel Pearson. Just give me a second. You think I would be getting better at this, and I've been using.
And this comes exactly 2 months until Richard Allen is set to go on trial.
Worse.
He is the man charged in the deaths of Abby Williams and Libby German. Let's get to Samantha Johnson, who is reading over some new documents that were just filed by Allen's attorney. Sam, what have you learned in those documents?
Yeah, I've got them right here. And this is where Richard Allen's attorneys are asking that sanctions be taken against Carroll County prosecutor Nicholas McLeland for violating the rules of discovery. So the defense is claiming there are at least 20 pieces of evidence that the state has delayed turning over or hasn't turned over at all. And Allen's attorneys say that, of course, is slowing down their ability to defend him, especially because just this week, the judge in this case moved up Allen's jury trial to May instead of October. So we'll tell you what kind of evidence the defense claims is being delayed. That's still ahead this morning at 6:30. The other important part to all of this, the defense is asking the court to require the prosecutor to turn over all evidence by March 18th. Now that's Monday, and that's the same day we expect to see Richard Allen back in a courtroom. There are several topics up for discussion at that hearing, which is set for 9 a.m. in Allen County. We do plan to be there Monday morning. We will have all the new details for you. In the meantime, you can catch up on the latest developments right now at WTHR.com/Delphi.
Thank you, Sam.
Okay, hold on.
Breaking news just into our newsroom. A gag order has just been issued in the Delphi murders case.
No, we don't want to hear this. These people are idiots. How do you turn off the people? Let's show you how. Hold on. This is how a dump site works. No. Shit. Sorry. Wait. One second. Okay. How a transfer dump works. Oh shit. Let's see if it goes. Is this play or what are we just jamming out the music? Hold on. Okay, holy cow. Okay, how a transfer dump site works.
I'm just getting a recording. I just want to watch you do it. I've never seen one do it.
Old mining cars.
Huh?
Old mining cars.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if this relates to the case. Please, somebody
motor
tell
on the
me.
bottom, 2 batteries.
This would be Ron like backing up his truck, right? Ron's backing up his. I mean, this is an overfilled truck.
Think you got it.
Fix all the framework. We're going to line you up on the rails.
Yeah. You don't mind to be on YouTube, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to charge you extra for it.
Huh?
I'm going to charge you extra for it. You're here for my age.
Right.
I don't know if this is the exact version, obviously, but I'm just curious. Okay, cool. right, hold on. So he's connecting it, right? Skinny, what up, Skinny?
Just like your
Yeah.
Is this more of a commercial one?
When you're running down the road, how much does it pivot there? Does it pivot at all on the pintle when you're turning?
You mean this way or?
No, that when you're turning.
Oh yeah.
So it does
real straight. I can get there almost anywhere a car can go.
Okay,
If the
but
truck will
I'm
get
saying does it turn on the pintle or does it just turn back here on the both? Okay,
Yeah.
so backing up is a little.
Yeah.
If you had to back the trailer up anywhere, it's kind of hard.
It's not quite as bad as doubles, but it's close.
It's close, right?
You can actually back up pretty far. You just have to think about it like you're pushing a
Oh,
wagon.
okay, this is about the truck.
So,
okay, all right.
If I'm going to go in that gate,
Well, it
All
would
right,
be
all right.
totally opposite
Let's
because you have a second pivot point.
yeah,
Yeah.
When I
Bounce
get my pickup
around
and I
here.
go to tow my RV, I have to go. Wait a minute.
All right, hang on. We got some other stuff. Where did it go? Logan. Does anybody have any other ideas they want to see about Ron Logan on Guthrie? Wait a minute. Yep, I saw Daley and his mom. They would have been crazy if guilty. I thought it could be him, but my opinion has changed. Should be right now. Oh, I'm just catching up to some of the threads. Okay. All right. Let me go real quick. We're going to go because I spent about a week in Evansdale and I kind of want to debunk it. I know a lot of people not trying to go against the Delphi people with this, but Evansdale murders. Okay. So Clunder. Okay. Okay. Elizabeth Collins. Okay. These two sweet girls that were murdered. At one point they thought they were trying to, let's see how long this video is. Okay. So first, I just want to start out with, okay, so since 1970, there has only been 15 abductions of two people at once, taken with them, sexually assaulted and murdered. Okay, since 1970. There was abduction number 14 and abduction number 15. Okay, only 15 since 1970. And they both were 30 miles apart in Evansdale, Iowa. And Michael Clunder was part of one of them where he raped the girls and killed them. The issue is they can't tie him to Evansdale because he didn't have his phone there. But his good friend said he was with Clunder near a bar right by the coffee shop by Myers Park that day. Okay? So the chances of having so 15 since 1970, that's almost 56 years. It's very rare for a perpetrator to abduct two people at once. And I know you're thinking Delphi, but Delphi he walked them down the bridge and murdered them. We're talking about an abduction, going in a car, bringing them 20, 30, 40 miles down the road and murdering these people. Michael Clunder sexually assaulted two girls and then hung himself shortly after. And that's what Drew Collins, that I met with at his house, firmly believes. That's what the FBI believes. And now with new DNA testing, they're able to get more of a complete profile that they didn't have in the past. Michael Clunder was a known sex offender in and out of the area, and he should have never been let out. Okay? So very few people in Evansdale, from sheriff's police that we spoke to Drew Collins, to the other dad, who is the meth cook, very few people think it's Delphi related outside of being two girls were murdered. Again, that's very, very, very far away from each other. They had some similarities, but Michael Klunder, I want to show you something on Michael Klunder if you're not sure about it, because I brought it up to him about Delphi. And he wore a wire and he needs to talk to Michael Klunder's best friend, swears he was with Klunder that day. Klunder kept his cell phone back, didn't have a cell phone. He had a job where he was part of a transportation company where he was driving around and he used maps and he was in the area Evansdale during that time. So let me just show you the Michael Klunder really quick. Creepy guy. He should have never been let out of jail. Terrible person. Give me 1 second. We're going to be doing an interview on this this week when I get to Drew's house, because this is Drew's number one target. So Drew gave me a bunch of people when I was speaking to him. That, let me see if I can find it real quick. I don't want to waste everybody's time here, but I know a lot of people thought the Delphi was connected. Just 1 second. Okay, so the suspects that Drew gave me, real quick. Okay, so the suspects that Drew gave me when I met with him, your browser has blocked your screen. Check your screen icon. I have no clue what's going on. Troy Conklin, Klunder, the dad feels that Klunder is the biggest suspect. Todd Zworski, Ted Gamedinger, okay? They were murdered at the Severn Bridges Arena. Dylan Sires is the filmmaker who has been following the case since day one, and Klunder's been on the radar. There was a case in Des Moines. There was another abduction case, but it was only a single girl. So Drew, the dad of Elizabeth Collins, told me usually offenders start graduating. They don't go from like raping, and then not killing, and then raping. They go from raping, killing, and then continue to kill. Okay. Let me show you the Klunder though, because I want to kind of nip this in the butt because of the information that I know with Drew, and I got to follow him. Here we go here. I knocked on this guy's door and I got to him the first day I was in town. Let's see, maybe it won't be too long. This is Michael Klunder. He's been a bad guy, molesting children ever since. I don't even know if this is me here. Please listen to this. This debunks the Delphi thing. What the hell is it? One second.
For many years, a monster in Iowa tormented communities and committed awful crimes against women and children. The monster's name was Michael James Klunder. Michael was a violent sexual offender, kidnapper, child murderer, and suspected serial killer. On May 15, 1971, Michael James Klunder was born to Jimmy and Cheryl Klunder of Kensett, Iowa. 10 years later, Michael's parents divorce and his mother, Cheryl Klunder, gets custody of Michael, the youngest of her 3 sons, and his 2 brothers. 3 years later, in 1984, their father filed and received custody of Michael and one of his brothers. One of Michael Klunder's classmates described Klunder as being a real shy and quiet kid, a typical teenager. On November 15, 1986, in what is considered to be Klunder's first crime, a 15-year-old girl was kidnapped and brutally attacked. On the morning of November 15 in Kensett, Iowa, Evelyn Leisure Ganson was delivering newspapers for the Globe Gazette and had just dropped off one at a home of one of her social studies teachers. As she spun around after delivering the newspaper, she saw 15-year-old Michael Klunder pointing a gun at her. He told her to come with him and took her to a public restroom at a nearby Ball Diamond and took her through the door. Klunder told Evelyn to take her clothes off, then brutally attacked her, banging her head against the wall in the restroom, then pistol whipping her in the head. She lost consciousness. When she regained consciousness, Klunder was gone. Evelyn began to drag herself home, a few blocks away, bleeding. Her body was peppered in bruises. She only had two things to say to her family members when she got home: gun and Klunder. Evelyn was rushed to what is now the Mercy One Medical Center, North Iowa. Evelyn needed around 90 to 100 stitches and lots of bruising, and blood was present on her body. 15-year-old Michael Klunder was taken into custody by juvenile authorities and eventually found guilty of a delinquent act. Klunder was sent to the Boys State Training School in Eldora, to Meyer Hall in Des Moines, to the Bremwood Juvenile Home in Waverly, and to the Mental Health Center in Cherokee. Upon Klunder's release in February 1988, he lived in Mason City. Later that month, he choked a woman who was able to escape from him. He was charged with assault to commit serious injury and then sent back into the juvenile system until he turned 18. Upon his 18th birthday, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison on a burglary charge, unrelated to the choking incident, and 2 years on the assault charge. Old newspaper clippings say that his youth and possible rehabilitation played a part in receiving a lighter sentence. He initially faced 10 years in prison. In February 1991, Michael Klunder was released early from prison after being treated in the sexual offender program at Mount Pleasant Treatment Center. In December 1991, Michael Klunder was now living at the Lantern Park Apartments in Charles City, Iowa. On the morning of December 16, 1991, Michael Klunder lost his job. His neighbor described him as being very depressed, said he needed friends.
Yep.
On
Released
December
early,
16,
just like John Wayne Gacy
1991,
was
the
released
same day
early
Klunder lost
for
his job,
sodomizing a
two
girl in
3-year-old
Waterloo,
girls were
Iowa.
abducted outside of Charles City Daycare and were later found dumped in a garbage receptacle in Kensett. The authorities believed Klunder was responsible, and 8 days later after the abduction, he was later arrested in Houston, Texas at a bus depot. His car was found abandoned on a road in Tallahassee, Florida. In January 1992, Klunder was extradited back to Iowa and held on a $1 million bond. On January 10, 1992, news was released that Klunder was a suspect in an assault on a 21-year-old Rudd woman, in an incident that occurred on December 15, 1991, just a day before the kidnappings of the two girls. Klunder was charged with third-degree kidnapping and assault with intent to commit sexual abuse. By September 1992, Michael James Klunder was sentenced to 41 years in total for the two incidents which occurred on December 15 and 16, 1991. For the kidnapping and assault charge of the 21-year-old, he was sentenced to 11 years in prison. For For the kidnapping of the two 3-year-old girls, he reached a plea agreement and was sentenced to 30 years in prison on reduced charges of third-degree kidnapping and 1 count of willful injury. On December 25, 2011, Michael Klunder is paroled, having served 18 years of his 41-year sentence. On July 13, 2012, two cousins, 8-year-old Elizabeth Collins and 10-year-old Lyric Cook Morrissey, go missing from Evansdale, Iowa, and after exhausting efforts to find them, their remains were found 5 months later on December 5, 2012, approximately 20 miles away in Seven Bridges Wildlife Area in Reedland, Iowa. On May 20, 2013, two girls from Dayton, Iowa, were abducted by Klunder after they got off their school bus to walk together. Klunder pulled over to speak to them in his red Toyota Tundra pickup truck and asked them if they wanted to earn money to mow lawns. The girls said they would have to talk to their parents first, so he offered to take them to their house, and they both got into his truck. Instead of taking them to their homes, Klunder took them to a hog confinement building several miles away in rural Pilot Mound, Iowa. After being kidnapped, one of the girls escaped, grabbing Klunder's gun on the floor, and ran outside to the woods. Her friend unfortunately did not escape Klunder's clutches. After murdering Kathleen Shepard, Michael Klunder committed suicide by hanging himself.
This was also an HBO Max documentary.
His body was found the same day at approximately 8 p.m. in Taylor Avenue in rural Dayton, Iowa. Blood evidence of Kathleen Shepard was found on the ground of the hog containment building, and blood of hers was found in Klunder's red truck.
Going to make it. These are just facts here. The dates
DCI investigators just finished up a press conference here just a few minutes ago, releasing significant new information. They have confirmed that DNA evidence has confirmed they found Kathleen Shepard's blood on the ground around the hog confinement where Klunder allegedly took her and the 12-year-old girl. They found it on the ground on the hog confinement, but they also found it on Michael Klunder's truck. They said they found the blood on the back tailgate of his truck. And as we mentioned, DNA evidence has confirmed that it is that of Kathleen Shepard. Now, DNA investigators declined to go into how much blood it was, but they did say that it is a significant amount to show that Kathleen Shepard did sustain injuries. Take a listen as DC.
Okay, real quick, Alex, who's been in Tucson Criminal Network, is hopping on in 10 minutes. He's going to give us a breakdown on the case. But the reason why I bring this up, there's a 3-part series on HBO Max about Elizabeth Collins and Lyric being murdered. 3-part series. The 3rd part is trying to tie it to Delphi, but then it goes back to Michael Klunder. And there's a film guy that's been following this since day one. So that's why I went out there, because everyone said it's connected to Delphi, and I led with that, and it kind of got debunked.
FBI agent Bill Keitzman explains.
There's no way to quantify the kind of blood you find on a ground. You know, there's just no way to tell. It was enough for us to believe that she would have had injuries. You know, some injuries that would be a factor.
Now, here's a look at his truck. Investigators are asking anyone to come forward who saw the truck between 4:50 and 8:20 on Monday afternoon. It has a silver Tommy lift tailgate and a silver toolbox on the driver's side. Now, significant things that show that is his truck. It has no license plate. There's also a DOT paper plate behind the driver's side of the back window. Investigators are also announcing they've expanded the search about 10 miles north and northwest of where Klunder's body was found. They say that's because they're learning more about his habits, where he drove, where he hung out, what he did on a daily basis, and they want to expand the search even more because of that information. They said much of that information has actually come from Klunder's wife. They said she is not a suspect. She has fully cooperated, and she's provided them significant information at this time. We can also confirm that Klunder did die by suicide because he hung himself. The state medical examiner's office did release today that Klunder did hang himself. Now, we want to show you some video we shot earlier today. We actually went out with search crews again, day 3 on this extensive search. Although we have new evidence to show that Kathleen Shepard did suffer some pretty serious injuries, the community is definitely not giving up hope in finding her.
They have a tip or something, that's why we should be out here today.
Thursday, searchers focused again on the area where the girl's backpacks and purse were found. Dressed in bright yellow vests, they spread out over the Boone County town of Fraser, looking specifically in roadside ditches.
Our biggest fear is that Catherine Lynn's somewhere and can hear us and hear everything going on, and we're not finding her. So we're trying to stay shoulder to shoulder and cover every inch.
People in town say they're frustrated. It's now been 3 days since 15-year-old Kathleen Shepard went missing. Wednesday, authorities released a picture of her on the school bus to show people what she was wearing when Michael Klunder allegedly kidnapped her. And now we have a picture of 12-year-old Desi Hughes, the little girl who managed to escape.
She escaped.
Desi spoke publicly for the first time late Wednesday, telling the local online paper that Klunder tried to lure her and Kathleen by offering them money to mow lawns. She said he promised to drive them home so they could ask their parents for permission, but instead drove them here to this hog confinement where he separated the girls. Desi says she took Klunder's gun he left behind and ran into the woods to escape. Her chilling words have haunted the town of Dayton.
I mean, this is just so horrendous.
Thursday, authorities wore protective gear and oxygen masks to search the hog confinement Desi escaped from. Despite all efforts, still no sign of Kathleen.
We're getting frustrated, but we're not giving up hope. We just got to keep coming out here and doing what we got to do to get her home.
Now, just to recap what we've already told you, there was significant DNA evidence found at that
I don't want
hog
to bore you
confinement that you
with
saw in the story there.
PNC movie
Authorities
theater.
have confirmed that amounts of blood were found on the ground at that hog confinement and on Michael Klunder's pickup truck. They say that that blood is Kathleen Shepard's. Now, we asked DCI authorities, is this a recovery at this process? And they said no, they're still holding out hope. They're still calling it a rescue and not a recovery, despite this evidence that diminishes hope that Kathleen will be found.
Okay, now I'm going to skip to this.
The investigators in the Evansdale murders case started looking at Michael Klunder as the possible perpetrator in the murders of Elizabeth Collins and Lyric Cook Morrissey.
Kidnapper and murderer Michael Klunder believes he's responsible for doing the same thing in Evansdale to 2 cousins. Emily Price with insight on this investigation, new at 10.
2 Iowa towns, 2 sets of girls about the same age, vanished on a sunny afternoon just months apart.
The fact that there was 2 in both cases seems to connect them.
The kidnappings happened about 100 miles from each other in northern Iowa towns, both not far at all from Highway 20. 3 girls died, Lyric Cook and Elizabeth Collins from Evansdale and Kathleen Shepard from Dayton. Desi Hughes managed to escape the Dayton kidnapping, and yesterday she and her mom and stepfather spoke to us about what happened.
We'd still be looking for both of them, I believe. And we wouldn't even know who left when, where, why, or how.
He'd be moving on to the next set, and I believe that. I don't think he was ever going to stop.
Do you think that he's responsible for the girls in Evansdale?
I do, personally. And I'm sure that there's some that people don't know about that he's responsible for.
42-year-old Michael James Klunder was made the only suspect in the Evansdale murders case due to his modus operandi in how he would target and kidnap his victims. Michael Klunder was a large man and had been documented with different heights from 6'2" to 6'6", weighing over 250 pounds. Michael Klunder was an evil person with a sexually violent history stemming back to his youth. He checked many boxes in regards to being the possible killer of the Evansdale girls. It was reported he never waited more than a year to act on another crime, which usually was violent in nature. As time passed since the murder of Kathleen Shepard and him being made a suspect in the Evansdale murders case, he was eventually ruled out by the Evansdale investigators, claiming they have proof he was not connected to the murders of Elizabeth Collins and Lyric Cook Morrissey in 2012.
Not true, watch.
Michael James Clunder was someone who slipped through the cracks and should have never been released from prison for his original crimes.
The stubbornness of my family, we're not going to stop until it's done. If it takes 1 session or 10 sessions, we won't stop. There will be a law.
Their daughter was kidnapped and killed 2 months ago. Now they're
Okay, I want to stop this right here because the HBO special goes into detail, and I was talking to Elizabeth Collins' dad. So originally they thought Clunder was at his work site, but he traveled back from those two towns and he would leave his phone, okay? And his good friend at the time placed him in Evansdale. So that's what they're working with. Drew Collins wore a wire on him and was asking his best friend if he was with Collins around that day of the murder, and he said he was. And that's on the HBO Max documentary. So this is a little bit of an older video, but moving forward, they made Clunder not a suspect. And then a year, 2 years later, they got more info from his best friend who finally talked to say, yes, he was with Clunder that day at Lake Myers Lake Park, and that he believes Clunder was involved. So just wanted to say that. Now let's bring on Alex. Just give me 1 second. Thanks for your patience, everyone. Holy cow, thanks, Deb. Jeez, you didn't have to do that.
What's up, Dad?
Hey, bud. Hey, can I, if you jump on my screen, can I give you the link to hop on?
Yeah, but you have to call me only because, like, you know how you call other people and you can put me on? Because I don't have internet on my phone. I do everything on my computer.
Okay.
On my phone, you know what I mean? So.
Okay, so send you a link to your phone, you think?
I can't link on my phone, and I don't have a camera on my computer. So I can only talk. You know what I mean?
Okay, talk from this phone, correct?
Right.
Okay, just give me 1 second to make sure I got the volume. Sorry, 1 second.
You're good. No, you call me to get that.
Okay, cool. All right, let me hire this up. Let me put you by where I think the speaker's at. Okay.
Check 1 2, check.
Check 1 2. Can everybody hear Alex? Oh, good. Yeah, everyone's, yep, we hear him. Okay, so Alex has been searching all over Tucson for Nancy Guthrie. Obviously, he has a lot of experience too with Delphi, and then John Benet Ramsey as well. But yeah, we wanted to, he's been out to dinner with GRL. They're going to meet up at 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow to do a big search team. He's been really involved in the case. So I thought it'd be good to get Alex on and hear his take of things. So first and foremost, how's it going, Alex, out there? You staying hydrated? I know it's pretty hot out there, huh?
Yeah, staying hydrated. And I appreciate it, man.
So
I'm real hyped about this case because, you know, it's another one of those kind of like the Delphi and the John Benet case where it's just so many strange things, you know what I mean? But
right. So what are your thoughts on how many perpetrators do you think, or, you know, what have you heard from just the local people out there? How many people do you think entered that house or kind of, you know, broke in the house? Was it a one-man job, a two-man job, three-man job? What's been the thing around town?
For a while, I was thinking 3 or more, but now I'm kind of going to the maybe 2 people, only because, you know, like if you tell one person or one person knows, that's already one person too many.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's someone that'll talk. So I don't know. I mean, so I'm kind of down to 2 people. I don't know who those 2 people are. You know, I've thrown names out there. I'm still kind of convinced LD is heavily involved.
Yeah, so I saw an interview with him today, and I have to say it really didn't, in my opinion, it didn't clear him from how awkward he was. Now, everyone has their own characteristics, but he really didn't make the case that he was innocent. You know, and his face just, and maybe it's me, but his face just, you put a ski mask on that guy, and his size of his chest, just so you could tell how he's wearing his shirt or his clothing, he's stocky and kind of, I don't know, it just seems like, from my perspective.
Right? I wonder if the news cameras were able to get his gait, because that would mean a lot too, you know? Like, what if he walked in with a limp? You know what I mean?
Yeah. He did have kind of that limp. And then, so what I did earlier today, and you probably heard of this, so like on Google Trends, you know, I'm sure the media said this, you can search like, hey, were people looking at Nancy's address, you know, and they were like in January. And then I went on Apple Maps search, where somebody could plug into Apple Maps, and you can see who's plugging in your data to find where you're, you know, a location in Apple Maps. And it started doing that. And then also, if you do Nancy Guthrie 411, there's been quite a bunch of hits. And then what was weird is, and I'll let you talk, but I looked up Savannah Guthrie's net worth the day after. Like, so when those, I don't know if those ransom letters were BS or not, but what was funny, or not funny, but I started looking up Nancy Guthrie net worth, and the day after, and 3 days after, someone was searching, like it was almost like they were pissed off, like, hey, why am I not getting this money? And they were like searching her net worth, which is, you know, it's pretty easy to find, but it was just kind of weird to see how many ticks of somebody searching, you know, someone's net worth. Because if I abducted somebody and they weren't paying me, I would be like, holy shit, did we, you know, pick up the wrong person? Like, what is this Savannah Guthrie? Does she not have as much money as she claimed? I don't know. I just thought that was weird to see a few days after the abduction.
But you said it was 3 days after. That could have been me, because there's a lot of us that were already sleuthing. Like, what is Nancy's worth? What, in other words,
okay.
Her? So you don't want to do anything after the fact.
Okay.
It's the before one that's going to be weird, because after the fact, it could have been Fox News looking up her work.
Yeah.
You know, so like, you know, that's just, you know, my assumption, but who knows? But tomorrow we're going to be doing some searches. It's going to be myself, Mark the Shark. There's that dude who just showed up in town from Virginia. He's going to search with us.
Oh, yeah. I saw that guy, like a big dude. He looks like a linebacker.
Yeah, cool dude. And then there's this one person I know. This person likes to remain anonymous, but she's a professional searcher. She's bringing like an expensive metal detector. We don't know if it'll work or if it'll confine anything, but we're going to do a lot of searches from Nancy's house. And I don't know if you know the 5109 Camino Real, the EMT guy.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, going that way. Wow, there's a lot. I wanted to stop at his house first, because that dude wanted to help. That's the reason he gave the footage to Fox, because the sheriff said that they were like 2.5 miles away, so they were out of the range. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know? Oh, my bad.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so if he has stuff to share, I want to know what he gave FBI. Like, did he give them footage from the day before, or even January 11th? And check this out. When you call to to ring his doorbell, it's outside, like on his little box. He has another camera there. That dude has 3 cameras facing the street. So there's a lot more that the FBI is going over that we just don't know. I just want to see what he gave them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then that white Kia, they were saying that was unrelated, right? That like,
I don't know what they said, but I mean, isn't that kind of quick to throw that off? You know what I base a lot of shit on? Is Harvey Levin. People are, how could you base it on Harvey? But that dude has like inside knowledge with FBI. So like, you could tell even the things he says are scripted, kind of like Savannah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you notice, he's been kind of silent for a day or something or two, and the last thing he said was they no longer, or I don't know how to word it, but they don't have a suspect. They're not looking at anybody, and that's all FBI right there written.
Yeah, right. You know, another thing I did today. Oh, go ahead.
I think they know who did it. I think they just cannot find her.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Cause you need a body to, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what I was doing, I'm sure everyone else was doing, this morning, like at 4 a.m., I was going like on Google Earth and I went to Luke Daly's house and then Kayla Day, because when I found out that they had like a felony drug possession that they missed a court date for, was that because they were talking to the FBI? Because no one misses a felony drug court. I mean, you're pretty much dead on arrival if you're ditching that, right?
When was that court date?
God, I don't want to say something I don't know. When I end the call, I can look. I mean, I even could be wrong, to be honest. That's what I thought I read.
Here, I could point to you one lie that Luke said, and don't get me wrong, it's little, but one lie. If he could lie one time, he could lie many times.
Yeah,
but I'm in sobriety, bro. So when you get clean after fucking your whole life up and your family hating you, a sobriety date is important, right? So he said in that interview that he's been clean for 2 years. Well, we know for a fact he was pulled over and arrested with drugs in 2025 with the known drug addict.
Jesus, yeah, that's right.
So when people start doing those little lies, just know that he could lie anytime, and that's a cold dude right there. And did you watch his mom's interview?
Oh my God, yeah. I took some screenshots and sent it to Crystal. I was like, look at this guy's his look. He just looks like I don't know.
Notice he barely blinks. Neither did the suspect. That was a cold dude.
Yeah, it really was a cold dude.
So
it reminds me.
Did you find anything?
Oh, go ahead.
On the Luke's, did you find anything there? Because if you think about it, I don't know if he went back to his house with Nancy in any way, because it was his mom's house. It's in a cul-de-sac, so there's going to be cameras coming and going from the neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The problem with Google Earth is what I was finding is it was 2022. So I wasn't getting anything from 2025 or later. The Google Earth. You know what, though? When I was in Phoenix, so back in 2016, they had the Maryville street shooter, and this guy was going around in Maryville killing people. He killed 9 people. And what we were able to do, he drove a 755i Beamer, like a 10-year-old Beamer. And all you did was go on Google Maps. This is how he got caught. And Maryville's just, might be like a 10,000 person little area. And you just go up and down the streets, and guess where his car was? Parked right in the parking lot of his parents' house. And that's how they busted him.
Right. You feel me? Hey, even Goldberger, they knew who it was, but they didn't announce it. They were watching him for a while. So same shit, same like that. And then, hey, this one guy pointed out, do you remember Jihadi John?
Yeah, Jihadi John, though. Yeah, the ISIS guy, right?
Yeah, so they were, he was cutting people with like a dull butter knife and killing them and going to dinner and then coming back and doing it again the next day. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, that dude right there was identified by using eye recognition. Ain't that some shit? 10 years ago. So you're going to tell me that FBI doesn't know who that guy behind that fucking map is? They know.
Yeah. Wow. You made a great point. That's nuts. So you got an early day tomorrow. How long are you guys going to be searching for? I guess I mean, is there a certain place? Are you going like in the back of the hills up there, or what do you guys,
There's a lot of different spots. So like the hills, there's the wash there near Nancy's house. I saw some manholes. I wish I had a manhole tool. I had one, but it was in the car.
Yeah.
But I got to get another tool.
What is your, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know how it is to open those, and I don't know if it's illegal, but, I'm not even going to tamper with it. I just want to, you smell of a lot of things too, you know what I mean?
Right. And then what are your thoughts of the guy, how he's carrying his pistol like in the front of his waist? Is that like I had some buddies like back in Chicago that were like in gangs and they'd put it like in the front, but it just looked really awkward how he had it. I don't know. He looked almost like, but that's just a normal.
Did he hurt his main hand maybe? So he moved it? I couldn't figure that out either, why he would wear a holster in the middle is weird, or even wear a holster.
Yeah. And then I thought it was weird with like the, picking up the bushes and the branches and shit and doing like weird shit. I don't know. But again, if he's like a drug addict, been in and out of the law, he might not be the sharpest cookie. I mean, if you looked at his interview, he seems like he's a little off. Like he's not the sharpest tool in the shed either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed.
God, well, that's so awesome to see you out there. I'm always seeing you on JRL podcasts. I'm seeing you by News Nation. I'm like, holy cow, I know that guy. Alex, what's up? So,
Hey, just so you remember, is JLR, not JRL. The way
No.
to remember it,
Yeah.
it's alphabetical.
Jonathan Lee Riches. Yeah, no, I know. I slowed saying it.
That's the only way. That's the easy way to remember for me. JLR instead of, because sometimes you say JRL. But yeah, man, I appreciate all your coverage on it too. I've been trying. I got a new job, so I've been just about working, but at the same time, I'm trying to get rides to go search anywhere. Really, I want to go back to that. The abandoned golf course. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. What was that about?
Well, that's on the way to Luke's house. There's an abandoned golf course. So, and when you could drive down, it's like hidden spots. There's a lot of homeless that live there. There's an old restaurant that's still there. It doesn't run, but there's homeless or squatters living in there. So, it's like another town almost.
Wow.
Just, and it's right next to the near where I crashed at, Rudisill. I still have some weird feeling about that. The Oracle and Rudisill. And if you take the back road where that footage camera came from,
yeah,
it hits River Road, all the way to River Road, not one camera. And then from there, you could jump on roads that are more back roads.
Yeah, because Tucson is dark as shit. That area, yeah, that's you could,
that avoided all big lights too,
Yeah, and there's a lot of I noticed by Nancy's, there's a lot of no outlets. So then I was looking where she could turn. I mean, so I have a job during the day too, and that's why people lost their shit on me because I could at 4 a.m. I was doing Google Earth, I was trying to do Google Trends, and then I have to fucking work and provide money for my family and shit. So then I have to turn myself off, and then I bring the computer with me and restream JLR. So he, so I can get hours and follow the case. Well, then people started thinking, I don't know why, I was JLR, and they're like, you son of a bitch, excuse my language, we're doxing you, you phony, you this. I go,
so listen, whenever you share someone else's stream, some people go on your page and they think you're JLR.
They do. I'm Ted Investigate.
They do that on everybody's page.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody hates him. But he's a cool dude. But yeah, that's why. But he doesn't even care if anybody posts.
No, I know. I literally reached out and asked them, and I put in the description. But I was like, "Here's my face. Here's the Ted Investigates." But I lost 50 people at once. I got 50 people watching me. He's got 1 million. I'm like, guys, you guys aren't you're not doing that big of a revolt, leaving for the 50 people that I make $10 on. You know what I mean? I mean, I'll give you the $10.
Right. I mean, for real.
So, but I acted nice. I didn't want anybody to go crazy. I'm like, sorry, but
right.
Yeah, I think it's great. It's out there. I'm going to stay in touch with you. We appreciate your time. I know you're just getting back from a long search, and a lot of people on the chat thread are saying what's up to you, and they're excited that they're getting to hear your story, man. It's awesome. Boots on the ground.
Yeah. How long are you staying on live tonight? Because I'm going to go live here, probably an hour. But
yeah, I might crash just because I might try. I mean, if you want me on, but if you rather you go on because you know how people follow people to get more views, I wouldn't be opposed to jumping off because this thing's been going on for 14 hours, and then I'm doing this Delphi case, and I can't tell which way's up right now because I'm so tired. But
yeah, no problem. I started my new job yesterday, and boy, I haven't worked in a minute. It was 8 hours, and boy, I was so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get back in the swing of things. It's like not riding a bike for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to hit up Evansdale. I promised Drew Collins I was going to go see him. And then after that, I mean, I have to make sales happen. So I have to sell because, when 50 people watch, I enjoy doing this, and I want to free Richard Dale, and it just doesn't pay the bills. So you know what I'm saying?
You're going to Indiana?
I'm going to Iowa. I'm going to Evansdale, Iowa. It's outside of Waterloo. Drew keeps texting me when I'm going to come out, but I don't got all this film and shit, all these cameras, and he thinks I'm bringing this big HBO Max setup, and it's going to be me with this iPhone 17. I knocked on his door the first time. He's like, "Who the hell are you?" I'm like, "I'm Ted Investigates." and I thought he was just gonna like knock my jaw off, but we became good friends. So
No, yeah, that's how it happens sometimes, right?
yeah, I didn't know what I was walking into. I'm like, I'm here. I might as well ring the doorbell. Who are you? And then the sheriff police came because there was a wind warning and he had his bonfire pit going and it was catching fire on his fence. So then the fire department came, then the sheriff came and they're like, you're still not turning off the fire pit. I don't know what to tell you, but turn off your, damn fire pit. I don't know. It was just a crazy thing, but it was cool to meet him. So anyways, I'll be there. I don't want to take up a lot of your time because I know you're going to be on a podcast next. Everybody on the channel says what's up. And just keep doing the good work, man. We're all rooting for you.
Thanks, Ted. You can always reach out to me, man. You already know me. You're like a brother to me, so I appreciate it.
Same here, man. All right.
Shout out to everybody.
Yep, they're all saying what's up. Take care,
All right,
Alex.
man. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
All right,
brother. Bye.
Yep.
Okay, hope everybody, we kind of gave a little bit of a peek behind the curtain on that. I don't even know if my mic's on. Let's see here. Anybody else have any more questions? Cool. Okay. Kind of running out what to do next. Does anybody want to hop on and talk Delphi? I am going to Iowa tomorrow. I don't really, sorry, I just didn't, I was on a stream for like 14 hours while working and I didn't do a good enough job prepping. I was trying to call an audible and get the genius Shippy on tonight to kind of save me. But whatever you guys want to talk about, you can call in and share your knowledge and say what you think. I'll definitely hear you out and we'll let you do the talking. I won't do the talking. Totally up to you. So let me know. I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. Sorry. And and please like the channel. How about Diana? Is she on? I thought I saw her, but she's probably relaxing. She works her butt off, and she was just on. Let me see. Well, cool. If you want, we can. Ted, wait. Oh, wait. Ted, did you pin the link? Oh, yeah. Here, I'll pin the link now. Okay, 1 second. Okay, here's the link to call in. Oh yeah, Wednesday's the big show. That's right, DD. You are right. Sorry about that. All right, I pinged the link. I can do it again if it didn't work. Oh, I'm so excited to talk to No too. All right, we got somebody coming on. I might have you do more of the talking. I'm a little talked out, so just to forewarn you, I might not have these great questions. So here we go.
Hey. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Let me hire my my thing. I think. Okay, yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
Good. Hi, Ted. This is Noe.
Oh, Noe, man, dude, you're like a famous person. I see you all the time on the Prof, and I see you. I follow you everywhere.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
Well, I wanted to touch base with you. I hear about this trip that you're gonna do a trip, make a trip down here, this area. So I was wanting to talk about that with you.
Yes. So I got Evansdale this week, and then the next week is going to be Delphi. Let me just get the exact dates here for you. 1 second.
Yeah, do that.
Yep. All right. So this week is Evansdale, and then I got to run back to my house by like Thursday the 5th, and then I'll leave for Delphi because we're looking at probably the 10-hour. I'll leave around like Sunday. I'll get there. I'll drive halfway. I'll probably make it, I believe, Crown Point, right? And then Crown Point to like Purdue University area. I'll be there from like the middle of the day on March 9th all the way to the 13th. So I'm flexible whenever you want to meet me.
Okay.
I will be there. I've stayed in the
Dude,
town.
I'm certainly gonna be in the area. Well, I live close by anyways, but I'm gonna be closer to Delphi on the 12th on Thursday.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, wait,
12th.
let me find
But
a
I
pen
have
here.
a full schedule that day.
Okay.
Up until like 5 p.m. I'd free up at 5 p.m.
Okay, let me write this down. Just give me 1 second. The Marriott usually has a pen, and I'm a sales guy that never keeps a penny. Hold on.
I mean, I could take off from work 12 and the 13. Might as well take the 13 off because, oh, wait, but you leave on the 13th, right?
Yeah. So, well, I could stay. I mean, I could push it. Don't miss work because of me. I mean, I could.
Well,
I mean, fully up to you.
no, I can take. I'm taking off from work on the 12th. No ifs or buts, but I could push it and take the 13th off as well. So I have those 2 days off, and it's. Yeah, but you said you leave on the 13th. What time do you leave on the 13th?
No. So what I would do is if you took the 13th off, I would just stay at that Fairfield Inn that's right by like Purdue University on the 13th at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I'd check in.
Bro, I'll hang out with you in Purdue. I love Purdue. I have a bunch of friends from Purdue, professors and doctors.
Oh, that'd be great.
I would totally do that. And I think a friend of mine's going to be in town in the Lafayette area. But I'm tied up on the 12th.
Okay.
I'm tied up on the 12th up until like 5 or 6 p.m.
That's fine. That's
Yeah,
perfectly fine.
but I can work. My boss is cool with me. I can work from Monday through Wednesday and take Thursday and Friday off, take care of my business on the 12th, and then I'll be open the rest of the weekend, which you said you can push your return date to what, the 14th, 15th?
Yeah, you know what? I'll try the 15th, but let's just say the 14th.
The 14th's good enough. That's Saturday. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And we can
then I can visit my mom in Chicago. So it works out perfect.
I haven't been to Lafayette since last year. I mean, you probably know that I was in custody.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yep.
So I just got back into the community last month, and ironically, I have to go back and take care of some more legal things on the 12th in Logansport.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be a day event, but it's in the PM. It's in the evening hours. So 3 o'clock, I'll be locked in a courtroom.
Okay.
Like from 3 to 5 or so, 3 to 4:30, 5. But after that, I'll be scot-free, and I'll just take the 13th off because.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put
and
that.
then we can do a lot then.
I
In terms
would love
of
that.
like, well, by then you would already been there 3 days, 3 or 4 days.
Yep.
Right.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So, but yeah. So I want to go to like the Monon High Trail. I want to run Logan's house and do all that stuff. But then, I'll already kind of familiarize myself with the area, and then we'll meet up on the 12th and 13th. And I'll be around the 13th night too. Like I'll be at a hotel. I won't leave till like the noon of the 14th.
There you go. So when do you arrive? The 9th?
Well, so that's the only thing I can't. So like the 9th or 10th. So like.
Oh, okay.
Driving through there, I think my mom just had like cataract surgery, so I'm sure she's gonna want to see me and make food for me or whatever. So like the 9th, I probably can sneak out and get there by like the 9th late, like checking the hotel around 6. But for sure, 100% by the 10th, I'll be there, guns blazing.
Okay, so on the 10th, on the 10th and 11th, you'll be on your own there, or unless you have other connections in Delphi.
I have connections in Purdue,
In
but
Purdue? Well,
yeah,
great.
just some buddies where maybe we can get some beers. But I do want to focus on Delphi and see the area, so I could always team up with them.
Just get acquainted with Delphi. But on the 12th, what I'll do is after I'm done with my business, I'll just stay in the area. I have plenty places to stay in Lafayette.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I love Lafayette and West Lafayette. I wish I lived there, really.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I was
Uh-huh.
there for a work meeting, didn't even know I was by Purdue University. I was
Oh,
sitting in
yeah.
a hotel and I was like, I went into a Walmart to get food and I'm like, Purdue Boilermakers, holy shit, I'm
I
in
got
Purdue.
some spots we can hang out, man. Thursday night and Friday
Oh,
night,
fun. Yeah,
and
yeah,
with
yeah.
the college crowd.
Oh, I'm
One of
game.
one of
I'm
my one
game.
of my good friends is a professor there. He's a musician as well. So there'll be some. We'll
Oh,
find something to do.
oh, this
Now
is
I
gonna
like
be
the strip, and I go out there. You know the college, where the clubs are,
oh
but I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
hang out there because there's too many kids, man.
Right, right.
And you can't sit down and talk, and but in Lafayette, just across the river, I know plenty of places where we can go out there, chill out, have dinner, and have a more adult night. Yeah. But I love hanging out. I mean, every time I go to West Lafayette, I'll hang out there and I'll busk. I like busking at the campus, but not hanging out.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
there's too much. I mean, if I was in my 20s, maybe I would
Oh
enjoy that,
yeah,
but
I'd be right
no,
with you. If I was
I
in my
can't do
20s, you'd be peeling me off the ground in the morning.
that. Right. I like busking there, which means playing guitar in public.
Oh, that'd be badass.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
it.
listening to people play guitar.
Yeah, one night I was there. I was out there at what was it called, the Gray House coffee shop, and they let me play outside, which it was awesome. I had like 30 or 40 kids drunk singing the Wagon Wheel. They dropped me like $50, dude, in my jar.
That's
It was, and
awesome.
even some girls got on the microphone and were singing with me. It was fun.
Oh
That
man,
was
I'm excited. There's nothing better than guitar. That's live music is what I'm all about.
Yeah.
So that
and
that'd be a
and that was actually during trial. That was during the Richard Allen trial. I took some days off and went to Delphi, but I was staying in Lafayette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a friend of mine provided some, a hotel where I could stay, a room. So I go to the strip to Purdue
Oh,
and
nice.
and play
I
guitar
I
at
can
night and play guitar at night. That was a lot of fun.
I can put the hotel because I have Marriott points. So if you need a place, again,
Well,
yeah.
if it's necessary, we'll talk about it. But
Okay,
for
okay,
for the most part, I always find a place to stay in Lafayette.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I
cool.
got dozens of musicians who play
Oh
in
man,
in
yeah.
Lafayette, and we always end up in someone's home somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
No,
if
that's
necessary, I appreciate the offer, certainly.
cool,
And like I
cool.
said, there's a friend coming into town. She'll be there.
Oh,
She'll be there that weekend. She's coming uh, to Indiana on the 12th, and she'll be. I believe she said she's staying till the 13th or so. So we
oh, that's
might just do hang out and check out the scene and talk and do whatever. But on the 13th, which is another Friday the 13th. The last time I was in
oh,
Delphi, it was Friday the 13th. It was on
yeah.
the girls' anniversary.
Oh man, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We can spend all day in Delphi, bro, and I will take you to every single corner and spot of that is, involves this case, from Wilson Bridge to all over town, man. Downtown, the parks downtown. And well, I don't want to say things here in public, but I
Right,
I
right.
can take you to spots where where you get a very good perspective. Now we are not going to trespass anywhere, okay?
No, it's fine. Yep.
We're not going to trespass. I used to trespass all the time, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go up to the fence and we can see from there. I
Sounds
used
good
to
to me.
trespass. Yeah, I used to just cross the creek and get on Logan's property and Weber's property and all kinds of shit, but I can't do that anymore. Another thing we can do, if you look pretty athletic, you look in good shape. If you want, we can cross the rail of the Monon High, and I
Oh,
can take you to the south side. I can
South
take you
side
to
of
the
it?
south side of the bridge where the last footage that we have of the girls saying down the hill or saying hi and all that, and then the guy comes in and says down the hill. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
was just there with another group of ladies who came from a lady who came from out of state, and then a couple other ladies who came from Northwest Indiana, and we all met. And one of the ladies, bro, was able to cross the rail and walk the rest of the bridge with me, and she got
Really?
some good footage. Yeah, so we can do that. It's
Yeah, no, I'm all
Look,
for
all you
that.
gotta do, bro. All you gotta do is cross the damn thing and don't look down. Once
Right.
you
No, right.
once you step on the beam and you step on the old bridge, it's just everything is normal. But
Right.
if you look down while you're
You look
trying to
down,
cross
you're
that
dead on
rail,
arrival.
yeah,
Yeah.
it makes you nervous and whatever. Because I'm afraid of heights myself, but I've done it so many times that I don't even think of it. Now that is not trespassing, in
Okay.
as far as I know, because there is no sign on that bridge that tells you can't cross over that rail and walk on the old bridge.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Oh, perfect.
yeah, people's properties like Weber's, Logan's, they do have even the mirrors and all that. They have no trespassing signs, and that's where we stop.
Okay.
But we can get to the edge of the drive, that private drive.
Right.
If we cross the rail on the Monon, on the new part that's reconstructed, we can walk the rest of the dude. It takes like 7 minutes to get to the other side of the bridge. It's not like
Right.
it's only a few minutes and you're there.
Okay,
And,
good.
and
Good.
then
It's
we
not like
stop
it's
there. We
taking-
stop there, and you get a very good view. You can see the creek. You can see Weber, the Weber home, the Weber's home. You can see the down the hill, everything, right?
Okay.
And then just walk back and get back on the new bridge. And like I said, I can take you to the edge of all these properties where you can just kind of get a perspective. We can go to the cemetery. I'm talking too much about it. Let's just do it, and then it's the best experience that you'll get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Yeah, I'm
Uh-huh.
super excited. So definitely count me in for that. I'll be there that week. We'll plan up meeting the 12th, the 13th, and then I'll
Mhm.
stay until the 14th. Maybe we'll grab some breakfast in the morning.
Excellent. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to my boss, and he's all for it. He said, whenever you got to take off for that, you're good. Go do what you got to do. So I'm not even sweating taking a day or two off.
Sweet,
Yeah.
sweet. Yep,
Uh-huh.
yep. That's what I'm gonna do on my end too. So like, just book it, consider it done.
Yeah, it's a done
You want
deal.
me to email
Well, I've
you
been wanting to touch
myself?
base with you through Diana,
Yeah.
but it's always a hit and miss, and we're always up real late talking. We forget or something
Yeah.
happens. But I'm glad that I seen you were going live, and I thought it said a call in, and I figured this would be a good time to touch base with you, kind of lay it out, and either plan it for something that can happen, or either maybe cancel or whatever. But this was the opportunity I took to touch base with you. This is the first time I talked to you.
Yeah, and thank you so much, and let's book it. Consider
Okay.
it done. I'm very grateful that you're going to show me around, and we're going to have a good
Mhm.
time. And I'm going to enjoy listening to you play the guitar too, because I'll be right there listening to it. So
Awesome. Yeah.
that's
Awesome.
awesome.
Okay, man. Well, thanks for having me here, I think like you said, it's a done deal.
Yep, no, 100% it's a done deal. I'll tell Diana to shoot you my cell phone after this call.
Excellent. That's great. Well,
All
say
right.
hi to your audience and everybody.
Yep.
I was on the chat there. I said hi to a couple people, but Thanks for having me, and we'll be in touch very soon.
All right, man. See you. Can't wait.
All right. Good
All right.
night.
Good night. Have a good one.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye.
All right. Well, that was awesome. Thanks so much, guys, for setting that up. I am like super stoked to do that. So thank you so much. That is going to be a really unique experience and a good time, and really get a good feel for the area, and also a lot of fun. He seems like a great guy to hang with. So yeah, I'm very excited. Let me just check the chat. I know it's getting late. I know. I can't wait for the guitar thing and hitting up a few of the bars too, and walking the Mona High Bridge. That's going to be. I'm just checking up with the chat to see if I'm missing anybody. Well, cool deal. I think I'm going to cut it short if that's okay for this evening. If that's all good, unless someone has anything to say. But I think he's going to have a podcast. I think Alex is going to be on next. And what is today? Monday? I don't even know what today is. I think it's Monday. Everyone have a good Monday. And thanks for watching. And yeah, I'm pumped. So thanks so much for being part of the chat, and you guys are wonderful people to know. You guys have a nice evening. Bye-bye.